Gang crime spilling into a peaceful home, and the killing of 9-year-old Olivia ends 7 days of horrific events in Liverpool. Last Tuesday, 22-year-old Sam Rimmer was shot dead in the city by gunmen on electric bikes. Then on Sunday, 28-year-old Ashley Dale was also shot dead at her home in what police say was a case of mistaken identity. 7 years after her teenage brother died in similar circumstances. Lewis Dunn was killed by a gang who mistook him for a rival. Youth worker Paul Walmsley runs the Lewis Dunn Foundation and a community project called Nobody Left Behind.
We have to come together as a community, as an area, and, you know, be a voice for this. You know, it cannot go unnoticed. It cannot just be another incident that we just carry on our lives.
Olivia's death happened on the 15-year anniversary of Liverpool's other notorious shooting, 11-year-old Rhys Jones, caught in the crossfire of a turf war between rival gangs. Alan Walsh, who runs a youth boxing club, says there needs to be a joined-up approach to gang crime.
We're all doing our little bit. Continue funding them people to do them little bits, but have an overall strategic view on what we're doing. I don't think the government are doing much about it, and I don't want to make this, well, it is a political thing, we can't get away from it. I don't think they know what to do with it. I think they think, well, do you know what, let's just hope it dies out itself, and it's not dying out, it won't die out.
In England and Wales, gun crime has been falling, but here in Merseyside, it's up 50% this year, and nationally, gun-related deaths are at a 9-year high. A lot of it relating to criminal networks run by remote, business-minded drug lords who are cashing in on all the misery.
Come to the door now.
Just come to
the door, please, mate.
On a dawn raid this morning at the other end of the country, officers from the National Crime Agency were pulling at the roots of this problem. The suspect being arrested is an alleged kingpin drug importer who's also facing gun allegations after online messages were decrypted in an international operation.
So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned, something which you'll later rely on in court.
The National Crime Agency conducting this operation is concerned that one inevitable consequence of the war in Ukraine is that more guns are available to criminals. Watching the operation on the suburban streets in Surrey was the Home Secretary.
This day was coming, right?
Yeah, well.
She told me her key focus in office had been tackling gangs and violence.
I've made the big changes around stop and search to give the police the ability, more freedom, flexibility and powers to apply stop and search. But also when you look at the work that we've done with serious violence reduction units, the funding that we put into every police force, grip funding so we can target hotspots, that is working, that is making a difference.
What's your goal?
But in Liverpool's youth organisations, they want a greater focus on young people and how to offer them an alternative to gang life. Jason Farrell, Sky News.